morning from the beautiful Bay of Quinte, literally in the middle of the bay. And is it ever morning? It's like 7:30 in the morning, guys. Hey, great news. If you're watching this, the boat is sold. Well, that didn't work out as planned now, did it? I'm gonna get down inside. There's some road noise. The wind is blowing a little bit. But that part of the video, that was the 27th of June of last year. Today is May 1st. And yeah, as you can see, I'm still standing on board the Monterey. We still have who and what. The buyer I had, well, that was just a chaotic experience. So let's go back to the 27th of June of 2024. Taking the boat to Belleville, had some work done on it, needed a port bellows. I knew that. I had it up for sale in probably a month or so by this point. The guy that got a hold of me from southwestern Ontario, he was about 4 hours away. We talked on the phone a bunch of times, some texts back and forth, some emails. He made an offer. He was pretty much right on my asking price. I was happy. I said, listen, I know it needs a port bellows that is going to fail survey, so I'm going to have that done. It was pretty reasonable to have it done. And while it was down out of the water having the bellows done, the buyer had arranged for a local surveyor to do a pre-purchase survey on him. And I saw the survey, and the survey was great. The surveyor had nothing but good things to say about the boat. And that's where the 5-week ordeal became, because by the time the boat was back in the water after the work and the survey, it was like the second week of July of last year. So we're getting prime boating season. And the buyer, he came down with a friend. They spent like 2 hours going through the boat. We did a water test. He was happy. We shook hands, had a nice gentleman's agreement. Didn't take a deposit. He did offer me a deposit. I didn't take it because here in Ontario, on a private sale, a deposit is 100% refundable unless you can prove you had some sort of expense from the sale that you have to now cover. Now, I did have the boat out of the water for 3 weeks in storage at my marina. It cost me like 75 bucks. I just ate that. I wasn't going to worry about it. But yeah, he came down on a Sunday. They looked at it. He says, I want it. Great. They went home. He dealt with his finance company. He called me, you know, hoping to get it, like, come back and pick it up the following Saturday. So we took it out of the water on the Friday, got it all ready for storage, good to go, or for going down the highway. And he called me Friday afternoon and said, listen, you know, it's tight week, here's what's going on, yada yada. And I said, no, I get it. I mean, I didn't think it was going to happen in like 5 business days anyways. So great. So Monday he shoots me a text. He said, hey man, he says, my finance company needs proof of sale. And I went, yeah, okay, that's no problem. I got him a copy of the license or registration, whatever you want to call it, for the boat with my name and address and everything on it. And I sent it to his company, his finance company, and you know, with a little letter saying, yes, I own the boat. Here's the purchase price, yada, yada, yada. Survey was happy. Yep, good, great, no problem. Perfect, that's Monday. Wednesday, he tells me they've accepted my letter. Everything's good to go. He should have money Friday afternoon. So, perfect. He says, we'll be there Saturday or Sunday. Awesome. 2 o'clock Friday afternoon showed up, and now, been a delay, you know, and whatever. Okay, sure, whatever, I'm still good. And we had actually went and saw another boat and put a deposit on a new boat. We were getting ready because we didn't want to lose our year. And I was getting prepped to pull that out of the water and pay for a pre-sale survey for myself. And which became a whole mess in the long run. That couple we were buying the boat from, I guess they were selling the boat because she wanted to, and the owner decided that no, he kept the boat and sold her. But that's it's a whole different ball game. But yeah, so we were dealing with that. So we had the weekend, we went down and looked at this boat. Great. Monday he comes back. He says, so I reached out to my loan rep, and actually this is where I learned things started to go a little sideways. He was dealing with a marine broker to help him purchase the boat. He was dealing with a loan brokerage company as well, because I've dealt with loan brokers when I was younger. Your credit's not very good. You go to a bank, they're not going to do it. You go to a broker, and they kind of reach out, find you somebody that will loan you money at a higher than published rate. So as soon as he said he was dealing with a loan broker, I went, okay, here we go. Here it comes. So, but his loan broker had gone on vacation and hadn't pushed the file to anybody. Okay, whatever. So another week goes by. Finally, somebody at the brokerage house, they picked up this file. They started going through it, and Monday rolls around, nothing. Tuesday rolls around, nothing. Wednesday rolls around, nothing. And at this point, we had vacation booked. We're getting into, you know, the second week of August at this point in time. We wanted to go on vacation. We either wanted to go on our new boat because we had our financing was in place. We were good to go. We just needed this gone because we didn't want to carry two boats. And Wednesday, he finally calls me. Well, you know, they're working this, that. And I said, listen, buddy, I said, I start vacation Friday at 5 o'clock. I said, if you're not here Saturday morning, we're going on vacation. I'm putting the boat back in the water. We're going on vacation. Oh yeah, okay. You know, yeah, I'll call you. I'll let you know. Yep. 6:30 on the Friday night, his marine broker he's dealing with, which I found out afterwards, he's not a marine broker. He was a car salesman, and very good one based on his Google reviews. They were pretty good. You know, his reviews, car sales, really good. So I have a feeling he was kind of working through the finance broker to help this guy get a loan to buy a boat. He called me at like 6:30. He said, deal's not dead, we're still working on this. And I said to him, I said, buddy, it's 6:30 on a Friday night. Like you're not dealing with banks and stuff at 6:30 on a Friday night. Well, okay, well, we'll let you know Monday. And I said, I'm going on vacation. And didn't hear. We put the boat back in the water first thing Saturday morning, took off on our epic trip to Ottawa up the Rideau. That playlist I will put at the end of this video. And Wednesday, he texts me, yeah, things are still moving. Friday, we're on vacation. I text him, hey buddy, what's going on? You heard anything? Do we need to cut our vacation short to come home? And I've never heard from him since. And that was like the 16th of August of last year. So yeah, the joys of trying to sell boats. Anyways, this is where, and I've been rambling on. I'm looking at the clock on the GoPro going, and I'm almost 7 minutes into this. I need to wrap this up because you guys are going to get bored to listen to me talk. Anyways, I took the boat off the market last fall. I didn't want it sitting all winter long because, you know, the ad sits, people are like, okay, why can't they sell this boat? It loses interest. And the 23rd of December, I had a knock on my front door, and it was a really nice gentleman, him and his buddy. And he's like, hey, is that the Monterey that was for sale? And I went, yeah. Well, is it still for sale? And I said, yes. He said, well, it's not online anymore. I said, yeah, I took it down for the winter. And he said, oh, he says, well, because the website I use, they list the city of the ad purchase or the ad posting based on your IP address. Well, I don't live in a very big town, and he knows the area. A little Google Earth look, and he found the boat on Google Earth, and I'll see if I can get the Google Earth image without, you know, giving away my location too much. But he found the boat on Google Earth and Street View and was in the area and decided to show up. So they walked around it, looked at it. It was all tarped in and covered up for the winter. And he's like, I love Monterey's. That's the boat I want. We want it up for our cottage up the Trent Severn system. He says, can we come back? He says, I'm in the area New Year's Eve. He says, the weather's supposed to be, it was like 5 or 6 degrees. It was a beautiful day that day, Celsius for my American friends. And can we come back New Year's Eve and go through it like during the day? And I went, yeah, I have no issues. I'll pull the cover off. So wake up New Year's Eve, rip the cover off the boat, get it all prepped. Him and his friend show back up again. They spent 2 hours going through the boat, front to back, and happy. We talked. He says, yep, we agreed to a price. Went home, wrote something up. He insisted on sending me a deposit to hold it. So I took his deposit and took cover off the boat. He called me, we texted a little bit here last week when I took the cover off the boat saying, you know, everything's good. I fired it up, winterized perfectly, no issues. And he's coming day after tomorrow to do a water test on it. So fingers crossed. And I probably won't post this video if it doesn't sell. And so this may just, I'm hoping this video doesn't end up in the trash. I'd really like to post it because we went and found another boat exactly the same as the one we were looking at somewhere else. Negotiate the price a little bit on it. On that one, it's not in the water yet, so we got to see it all put back together in the water. And fingers crossed, maybe in a couple weeks we will be in a new boat, and the Monterey will be enjoyed by its next owner. Anyways, I carried on. I bet you this went almost 10 minutes. I hope you stuck around. It's the way our life goes when we try and do anything like this, whether it's buy a house or well, sell the boat. Yeah, like I think the life just loves to stick us. My wife and I joke all the time that clearly we were really bad people in previous lives, and this is karma catching up with us. But anyways, fingers crossed. Supposed to launch this afternoon, get it down to the marina, get it ready to go. I probably won't do a launch video on it because, I mean, the sky is blue now, but it's supposed to rain later this afternoon, so it's probably going to be a pretty miserable launch afternoon. But yeah, anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. Stick around. Maybe there's some new stuff coming down the pipe in the next week or two. See you next time.